God says you've dwelt long enough at this mountain, at this problem situation. You've dealt with this thing long enough. And the question is, what will you do differently? It's what you do differently that makes you different. It's what you do differently that makes you different. And you know what? I want to tell you this. If there's been somebody in your life in the past that has done something to hurt you, they've messed you up, they've affected your life in a very, very negative way. Do you know, it's almost like a person that has come in your life and they have done what I would consider to be, they burst your bubble. You ever had anybody to burst your bubble? Because you had a bubble in your life and somebody burst your bubble. You had a dream about doing something and somebody burst your bubble. Because you wanted to start a business and somebody burst your bubble. You ever had a bubble burst by somebody and you were wondering, God, why did they come here to discourage my dream? Why did they mess me up? It really hurts when sometimes your life partner doesn't even believe in your dream. And you're trying to do something and somebody speaks something negatively to you. Burst your bubble. Some young man recently reached out to me and he said, you know, I was doing something and the youth leader said to me when I prayed, he said, son, he said, you said Father God 7 times in your prayer. Bursting his bubble. And don't let anybody burst your bubble. But may I just say this to you, that if somebody does happen to burst your bubble, you know what you should do? Blow another one. Can I just tell you that? It's so interesting how bubbles work. I brought some bubbles today. And it's really interesting that if you can ever get to a place where you've allowed somebody who came into your life, they break your bubble, burst your bubble. But you know what? There's some more coming after that. Make some new bubbles. Don't worry about a burst bubble. You got an opportunity to make some new bubbles. Yeah, there are going to be people, naysayers, sometimes your own relatives, and that really hurts. Make some more bubbles. Make some more bubbles. Somebody burst your bubble. You couldn't do this. You messed up the last time. This failed. What makes you think you're going to make it this time? You lost the last election. There's another bubble. Blow another bubble. Blow another bubble. Enlarge it. It's time for another bubble now. Don't worry about people that burst your bubble. There's another one. There's another fresh wind of God to come behind that one and give you something else. And he'll let people provoke you to love and to good work. Let them just say that, you know, if I got discouraged over the one, look at all of the other bubbles that have come after that I never would have had, that I just got to keep on waving. I got to keep on making my bubbles and letting these things come in my life. I'm not going to let bubble bursters. I don't care whether it was an ex-husband or an ex-wife. I don't care whether it was a job that didn't treat you right. I don't care whether it was a government that was trying to hold you down and laws and stipulation. You make your bubbles, blow another bubble. Be determined in your mind that I'm going to keep on making bubbles anyway. If God has called you to be a dream maker, if he's called you to make bubbles, go ahead and make your bubble. Let God cause something to come out of your life that makes bubbles for other people to be able to see. And I'm just telling you, the glory of God will be revealed. And when you didn't quit when a bubble was burst, you don't know how many other people that you will inspire when they messed up, when they failed, when they lost, that then God used your mix-up, your mess-up, to encourage their faith and bring them to a new place in God. Don't stay where you've been. You've been there long enough. You've been there long enough. You've been there long enough. It's time for something to change. And I pray that God gives you a holy discontent, to where you become dissatisfied with the way that things are, to the degree that it provokes you to change, that it provokes you to change, that it provokes you to change.